Coco and Teal.
Welcome to another episode of Coco and Teal Speech Therapy. I'm Teal, this is Coco. As an early intervention speech therapist, the skill that makes me most successful at my job is also one of the skills that I find most difficult to teach to parents. It's a skill that many people don't take seriously, and it also doesn't come natural to a lot of adults. The skill I'm talking about is playfulness. Even though it doesn't come natural to every adult, I do believe that this skill, or maybe it's better described as a mindset, can be taught and worked on with any adult. Play is no joke for this age range. For a baby or a toddler, play is literally the way that they explore and learn about their world. We all recognize play and playfulness when we see it. However, it's difficult to define. I define play as intrinsically useless. This part of the definition is important because it highlights the idea that we don't have an end goal when we're playing. Play should be a creative, free-flowing, free-form set of actions. I think that play is most beneficial, especially for language development when it involves more than one person, but we can also learn a lot from playing alone. Play can have changing rules. Play should be silly, fun, open-ended, and use your imagination. Play is animated, funny, silly, uses exaggerated facial expressions and movements. It contains an intrinsic lack of awareness or concern for what is real or not real and who's paying attention as they watch us play. Play is an opportunity to experiment, explore cause and effect relationships, express our emotions in a safe place, practice turn-taking skills and other social skills, work on establishing social hierarchies, or work on a pragmatic skill like pretending to cook or pretending to drive a car. When I do speech therapies with babies, I have an end goal in mind, and I have to be really tricky and nonchalant about the way that I introduce the play ideas that I use for an end goal. It's really important to talk about what play is not. Play should not involve teaching, quizzing, making demands, requiring repetition over and over, correcting mistakes, or demanding that the child follow a set of rigid rules that you've created. My first and main goal for all my speech therapy visits is that everyone is having fun. In order to learn language through play, everyone needs to be enjoying themselves, so keep this at the forefront of your mind. For a baby, play often looks like imitation of something that they've seen you or another child do. It can also look like repetition. Babies between the age of 1 and 3 years need and love a lot of repetition. Play might also look like repeating things over and over in order to study the cause and effect of a situation. Play for a baby or a toddler also looks like repeating things that they see make you laugh or catch your attention. You can recognize playfulness when you realize that you and your baby are paying attention to the same thing, or that they're trying to catch your eye to get you to notice something. One of my favorite ways to play with babies or toddlers is to give them a sensory box and allow them to explore. Play almost always involves a sense of exploration. If you want to play with a baby, dig deep and find some really exciting and fun energy to bring to the interaction. I use silly voices, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of repetition, exaggerated expressions on my face, and exaggerated body movements to make myself interesting to watch and learn from. If you're one of the many people who feel a little bit silly playing with a baby, try to take just a few minutes out of your day to experiment with what makes your baby laugh. Try not to think about what anyone would think if they saw you, and just enjoy this interaction with your child. This is a learning process for adults as well as for children, but play is super important in language development, and it's a skill or a mindset worth cultivating. I'd love to hear your stories of play, what kind of play your child enjoys, and how you learn to be more playful when interacting with your child. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Coco and Teal Speech Therapy. See you next week.